First at 6, should wedding venues be exempt from the governor's limit on gatherings? A Byron Center couple and Holland venue are filing a federal lawsuit. They're arguing weddings should be allowed because it's a religious service. Their wedding is planned for this Friday at Baker Furniture Warehouse in Holland. News 8's Barton Dieters has our story. All new at 6.
For a century, this building was a manufacturer of high-end furniture. Now it's a venue for wedding receptions and parties. And according to a lawsuit in federal court, sometimes it's a de facto church. Kylie Stuller and David Van Solkma have been planning their wedding since May. They're registered at Bed Bath & Beyond at Target, and they plan to have their ceremony and reception at the East 24th Street venue this Friday. But their plans ran afoul of Governor Gretchen Whitmer's executive order limiting indoor gatherings to 10 and outdoor gatherings to 100. After trying to convince Ottawa County's health department to allow the ceremony, instead they received this cease and desist order.
A wedding is sacred. It doesn't matter the particular venue of the wedding.
That's Robert Muse, who runs the controversial Ann Arbor-based American Freedom Law Center, arguing that because the executive order has not been enforced against worship services, both the wedding and the reception should be allowed at the Holland venue.
Christians believe that it's not just the wedding, but the wedding feast as well that is very much part of the religious worship, right? Christ performed his first miracle at the wedding feast of Cana, where he turned the water into wine for the guests.
The county sees things differently.
If at Notre Dame, my alma mater, they opened with a prayer, according to these plaintiffs, they could hold 83,000 viewers in Notre Dame Stadium.
The county says worship services are exempt, not other events.
Just because there are religious overtones to a funeral and a wedding, which there certainly are, doesn't mean anyone is exempt, including churches or restaurants, from the limitation.
Benison said there's a difference between a wedding and going to a restaurant, because a wedding is an hours-long event where people interact in much different ways than at a restaurant where groups of 2 to 5 people sit together, separated from everyone else. Muse said the wedding is presided over by a minister and is clearly an act of worship.
What about all these protests that went on with hundreds and hundreds of people, with the governor standing arm in arm, not social distancing, not wearing masks?
Muse's organization is listed by the Southern Poverty Law Center as a hate group due to their aggressive advocacy and lawsuits supporting what the center says were anti-Islamic causes. When asked about whether his clients are aware of the center's status,
quite frankly, it's a rather offensive question from you.
He went on to say the Southern Poverty Law Center does not like Christians, and talked about his Catholicism, his 12 children, his service as a Marine, and then he left the Zoom conference.
We're done. Thank you.
We have a link where you can read the entire lawsuit at woodtv.com. In Holland, Barton Dieters, News 8.